Hey guys, this is Haley from OneOnRabbits.com, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I give my rabbits a spa day. So the first thing I'm doing here is brushing Sterling with the furminator. I'll leave the link down in the description bar below if you guys want to see what that is. But it's one of my favorite brushes, and I do highly recommend it to anyone who has rabbits. And then I just go ahead and start plucking the little furs that are coming out of his butt. Sometimes it's honestly just easier to pull them out with your fingers than to brush them. That's just what I've found personally. And this is just something that happens when rabbits shed. Kind of clumps of fur just start kind of falling out. And then I'm just taking a pair of grooming scissors and actually just snipping off a little tiny mat that Sterling had on the back of his neck. It just happened because he started shedding and he can't really groom himself behind his neck, so it was just kind of an area that needed a little bit of help. I will also leave these grooming scissors down in the description below if you guys are curious. And then I just go through and brush a little bit with the furminator. This is also one of my favorite brushes. I will leave this in the description bar below as well. And the other brush I use, I will also leave in the description. I don't know what it's called, but it's just like a normal flea type comb, but I'll leave that down there as well. Then I'm just picking up all the little fur and moving it to one side of the towel. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn the flashlight on my phone and start clipping his nails. So my bunnies do not like nail trims, but it's a necessity and part of owning rabbits. They need to have their nails trimmed short so that they don't develop sore hocks or other issues such as ripping their nails off or anything like that. So Sterling definitely does not enjoy this, but he does sit fairly well. For his back feet, I actually had his front kind of sitting upwards just so I could get at his bottom feet a little bit better. I just kind of switch up the positions on what's working that specific day. As you can see, I set him back down here and then finished his back paw that way. So it really just depends on what's working on that specific day on how I clip their nails. And then for the fun part, scent gland cleaning. If you guys are not familiar with this, rabbits have scent glands on either side of their anus, and if you want more information on how to properly clean them, I'll leave the link in the iCard up above. I did a whole video explaining how to do this and everything like that. I don't do this as often as I clip their nails, but I try to do it as often as I remember. I'm just using a wet Q-tip and some wet paper towel to try to clean it out. I made sure the water was a little bit warm so that it wasn't like super cold to the touch. And I also want to make note that sometimes it's easier to have your rabbit sitting in your lap. That's just what I have found, so I actually climbed on the counter and set him on my lap. But it's actually easiest if you have someone helping you do this. However, I didn't have anyone to help me, so I had to figure it out myself. And next we have Ebony. I try to do her very fast because she does not like being groomed at all. So I just have the hair buster here, plucking some fur real fast, and then I just grab my phone and start trimming her nails. She honestly doesn't shed as bad as, or she wasn't shedding as bad as Sterling, so it was very easy just to brush her real fast. And then clipping her nails took a lot longer than the other bunnies, simply because her nails are black, which means it's harder to see the quick. So I do use the flashlight to really try to see through the quick, but sometimes it is kind of difficult, so I do take my time and try to be careful that I don't clip the quick, because I really don't want her to start bleeding, and that is quite painful for rabbits. So that's why it does take me a little bit longer to trim Ebony's nails versus the other bunnies. And then onto scent gland cleaning. My bunnies do not like this at all, like I mentioned, but I definitely think I need to start doing this more often, just so that it, maybe it'll be faster and easier to do it next time. But I'm just quickly trying to do it as fast as I can because I know Ebony is not very happy with me. And as you can see, I am clipping some of the fur around their butt, just anything that might be, sometimes their back end can have little like urine dreadlocks, and I like to clip those off and make it all clean. But it's most important for elderly rabbits or rabbits who aren't able to clean themselves very well. So now we have Lulu. I am trying to be very, very careful with brushing her just because of her arthritis. It can be a little bit painful. So then I just go ahead and use my hands to pluck out little furs that are kind of sticking out. She wasn't shedding nearly as bad as Sterling was either. I also want to mention that I do not grab onto my rabbits really tightly when I brush them. I kind of let them hop around the counter a little bit just so that they don't feel like really stuck and enclosed, and that can make them just a little bit more nervous. So then I just go ahead and clip her nails, and her nails are quite easy. A lot of them are completely white, so it's really easy to see the quick, which is super nice. Some of her dew claws are a little bit hard to get. Remember that rabbits have 5 claws in the front and 4 in the back. Sometimes it's easy to forget about that extra little thumb nail that they have, so don't forget to clip that. Those little dew claws are really easy to get stuck on things and get ripped off. That has happened in my bunnies in the past. Sometimes it doesn't matter if their nails are kept short, sometimes it can still rip off anyways, but it is a good idea to keep them as short as possible to reduce this chance. And then clipping Lulu's back paws, I felt really bad. She does have arthritis in all of her back toes and her back legs, so it was a little bit more painful for her, but it does need to be done because this really helps keep her sore hocks from getting too bad. And then I just climb on the counter and start cleaning her scent glands as well. But then after I cleaned her scent glands, I really tried to trim up that area down there. Because of her arthritis, she isn't able to clean herself or groom herself down there. So I really want to keep the fur really short so that it stays nice and clean and it doesn't get any like poop or anything stuck to it. And then I'm just clipping the bottom of her little butt in the back just to keep all that nice and fresh. And that's basically it. That is all I do on my rabbit spa days. Of course, they really don't enjoy it that much. I definitely don't enjoy doing it to them, but it's something that's a necessity for them. They need to be groomed, they need to be brushed, and they need their nails trimmed, and they need their scent glands cleaned. So it's definitely something that should be done, even if it's not fun. But that's basically it for this video. Don't forget to look in the iCard for all the videos that go into more detail on how I trim my rabbit's nails, how I clean scent glands, and stuff like that. And then I'll also have links down in the description on where to buy some grooming supplies if you guys are curious. But that's basically it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon on a new one. Bye!